So which hairy body part do women hate the most on men? The answer is the bag.
First, though, with summer on its way, is it? Yeah. Apparently, more and more men are feeling the pressure to get that perfect buff body ready for display. Oh, Biggins is preening as we speak. Manscaping, they're calling it. Manscaping. I like that. Boys grooming their body hair. Apparently, 1 in 10 shave or wax their chest. The same number, their armpits and their backs. It sounds kind of difficult, that one. And a third trim their... You know what I mean. Right, what do you ladies think? Do you like the smooth look like David Beckham or Daniel Craig? Oh, I don't think we're looking at his chest in that photograph, frankly. Or maybe you prefer your men a bit swarthier. What about Russell Brand or Gethin Jones? Or even, oh yes, hello. Or our own dear Eric over there, I believe. You've got a bit of a pelt on you, have you?
I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, I've got a bit of a hairy chest.
Well, go on, let's see it then.
Oh, I didn't realise I had to strip off on live TV.
Come on!
What, all of it?
Oh, my Lord! Turn around. Oh! And he's not got hairy shoulders. I tell you what, I'm seeing you in a new light. That's nice. Hey! What'd you think, Ken?
Now, won't he?
What'd you think? Would you go for that?
Yeah, of course I would go for that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to shake his hand or stroke him.
Well, I know, but listen, for a man who was initially reluctant, he's kind of taking to it quite well, isn't he? Sit down, put it away. I mean, how many men do you know who'd be prepared to go through this? I think I'm going to consider a career change. I want to do that. That was Steve Carroll and the 40-year-old virgin. They're absolutely wonderful. Well, Jay, you have been there, haven't you?
Brought back happy memories.
Yes. Did it? Come on, tell us. You've.
It was my editor's suggestion for the women's magazine we do. She said,
"Does she really hate you?" What's the problem?
We've been working together a long time, and finally she just had to take her revenge. And she said, "Please go off and get what was called the global wax, back, sack, and crack." Can we say those words?
You just did,
I just
honey.
did. Well, listen, there's no way we can pretend what this is about. Now, I'm not a very hairy man, despite
call
all
it
the...
nether regions.
Nether regions. Man garden.
Yes.
Despite this and this and this, I'm not actually a very hairy man, so there was no back or chest to do.
Right.
It was all just...
Nether regions.
Nether regions. And the answer to the question is, God, it's painful.
Oh.
Ow.
Is it not embarrassing? I mean,
Was
it like a young woman who did it?
It was like a young... She was just like a young woman. She was a young woman. Which
she
was
wasn't wearing those
slightly...
shoes that Biggins had on, was she?
I mean, it was one of those curious things. She said, straight men don't want other men to do it because if they don't feel uncomfortable, they wonder about their sexuality. And if they do feel uncomfortable, well, they feel uncomfortable. So far better to just have a woman you've never met pour wax onto your nether regions and rip it off and get you on all fours. And,
but you did it as part of a job.
Yeah, I was paid.
There's a gentleman.
Is that worse?
Yeah, no. Well, there's a gentleman at the end of the table who I believe does it voluntarily.
I do. I started off with my nasal hair because I have a real thing about nasal hair, and I don't think those little clippers really work. So I was recommended to go to Sean, and what it is, we don't do wax... Sean. And we don't do... whose wife also is in the salon, but they don't do waxing, they do sugaring, which is the old Egyptian thing, which is slightly different, which is like this sort of wax they put up and then pull it out like that. But then he persuaded me to do other things like my back and shoulders, which I agreed, and then my bottom, the next time. Then the final time I went, we did sort of do the crack, as you said earlier. And I think it's clean. I think from a man's point of view, it's very clean. I still have my hairy chest, which I will now show you.
Oh, good.
But we have it trimmed, though, you see. We just trim it. And I would never have under the arm. No. And I also like to retain my pubic hair as well. I'm so thrilled that you're all listening to this.
But, I mean, who are you doing it for?
Well, me. I'm doing it for myself, because I do think it's very nice to be, in some areas of your body, very clean.
Can we talk about regrowth, though?
Well, yes, but so you have to go regularly.
That's the thing. I mean, at the time, OK, it was quite painful. After the results, the clean skin was fine and kind of interesting. My wife quite liked it. Morning, darling. But 2 weeks later, oh God.
The itch.
Yeah, the itch and
dear.
oh no, nasty.
No, oh no.
What's the solution?
And then you've got to go through it. You've got to go through it growing back before you can go and get it done again. So you've always got to go through an uncomfortable phase.
Yeah, but it's easier because, of course, it hasn't grown back to the full extent. If you go regularly, like, say, once every 3 or 4 weeks, you know.
This is getting too detailed. Let's go to the call. Kirsty, how do you like your men?
Do you know what? I think that women go to so much trouble to make themselves look great that I think men should do it as well.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Although I do like a bit of hair on the arms and the chest, just so I know I'm with a man, but...
If that's the only way you can tell, you and me are going to have to talk. Who have we got on the line?
We have Jenny on line 2.
Hi there, Jenny.
Hello, how are you?
We're all very well here, thank you. How do you like your men?
Well, I have to say that it would be my idea of heaven if every man walking around looked like Jay Rayner.
Ooh.
He didn't like it, but if
Is this
Jay
Mrs. Rayner?
was big into shoes, then I think that's like a very interesting twist. I'd like that too.
Pass the shoes, Chris. Down.
Let's just stick to the hair thing. What do you like hair-wise, Jenny?
I like a man to look like a man. I lived in the very northern point of Italy for a few years, where the culture is very Austrian, and people go to these sort of saunas and spas, and they're lovely. It's a very family thing as well. But you have to. It's prohibited to wear any type of bathing costume. So obviously everyone's naked, but all of the men shave everything, or waxes, or I don't know what they do, but they are all
everything.
bald.
Really?
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Jenny, thanks for talking to us. I just want to leave with that image of it's disturbing. We've got time for one more call, though I do believe when it's all taken away, it makes everything look bigger. Kirsty, who else have we got?
We've got Kaz on line 1.
Hi, Kaz.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, great, thanks.
Do you like them hairy or smooth?
Oh, hairy, definitely.
All over?
Definitely chest.
Uh-huh.
Has to be chest, yeah.
And what about, we don't want to talk too much about down there, but, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hairy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Outrage, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely. Kaz, I'm with you, you and me. I like a hairy man. And even, you know, apparently a lot of men shave their buttocks. Whereas I like...
How do they do that?
I like what I call a hairy hardy.
Do you?
Yes, it's a Scottish thing, a hairy hardy. And is it time to go for a break, do you think?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Time to go for a hairy hardy.
A hairy hardy. After the break, is it time to rethink the rules on assisted suicide?